What is up, everyone? It is I, Psycho Blue, conductor of the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires, hashtag TMNT Cross Justice League Turbo. We are back with some competitive action of the hottest fan-made fighting game in the world today, and possibly ever, thanks to the various efforts and pockets that would fund it from the dedicated crew of News Team 6. Before we jump into the action from Beast the East 6 that took place last week in Hampton, I want to announce the next TMNT event, Tag Team Power. It is going to be a tag tournament Saturday, September 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on my dedicated Amazon Parsec server. When I was at Beast the East, some of our players were saying, man, I wish we had Parsec tournaments again. And then suddenly tag games began popping off again thanks to the reveal of Project L. So let's give it another go. Tag Team Power will be back, this time back on my native YouTube channel, PsychoBlue SFXT. Without further ado, here are our commentators. First, the returning Jolene.
Hi, my name is jolenecoder.com. I am a URL. That is also now my legal name, so you can't take it away anymore.
All right, and I wouldn't dare take away such a wonderful name from you, Jolene, nor would I take away the bevy of credit that is due to this game's lead developer, Kamikaze.
Howdy.
All right, simple enough. Let us jump right into the action. It's time to get this rodeo underway. Everybody, hold on to your hats and hold on to your horses. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
It usually is around here.
This is like the first time I'm seeing most of any of this, really. Pretty much any of it. So this is all going to be live reactions in 4K.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. I got into this game because Psycho needed someone to yell about it, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is really interesting. And then I think the whole Back to Block documentary dropped, and I've just kind of been orbiting around it and following these tournaments for around a year or so now. It's been lovely.
Well, thank you. We try to have fun around here.
That's the goal, and I kind of adore that. I feel like that is built into this game. So we got Alan against Master Belmont.
Master Belmont, before I let you guys jump in, is who won Samurai Showdown this weekend. And he plays Earthquake. Okay. So I'm sure you guys can relate to the comparisons with Earthquake and Chrome Dome.
Well, as a fellow Earthquake enjoyer, I can understand why he'd go that route. All right, so we have Earthquake. We have Chrome Dome and Karai. This matchup can go one of two ways due to Karai's low health, but it also depends on Chrome Dome getting started. So the question is, will she even get a chance to do what she does? So already we're seeing Karai back up, which I don't agree with. Unless this is a button check, I don't think it is. Karai needs to be in Chrome Dome's face because at that specific part of the screen, she's already in a losing position just by chip damage alone.
Yeah, Chrome Dome definitely seems like the kind of character I enjoy, where you're just, being an asshole. And this is more the range where Karai wants to be right.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so it looked like Alan was trying to cook a little bit here, but Mr. Belmont is master. Belmont is not letting him get too started because again, Karai is a character who's like extremely explosive damage. If you know what you're doing, you can just melt people, but she has to get the hit that she needs to get started. And it's not as easy as it sounds. As you can see, this Chrome Dome is doing a great job and already getting the stun. That should close it. Oh, but he goes for a throw. You hate to see the beginner mistakes. Always finish your plate in this game.
Oh, that's not even this game. You always got to do that. And now, thank God, got that air hit. Else that would have been a very sad loss.
If Alan would have gotten a chance to do Karai things because he wasn't killed, that would have been pretty funny, but also would have been well deserved. All right, get a night throw, which it's gonna do. Once again,
Jesus, this movement is really scary to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with Alan's safe Karai. You can't play this character in any way other than complete and utter rushdown, and not even I don't think we've seen a single shadow feint at all, let alone a shadow cancel. But Chrome Dome is staying pretty strong on what he's supposed to be doing here.
Yeah, just kind of turning up here in the corner, holding all this pressure, and then getting those combos to get some distance. Oh no!
Okay, gets a nice little low. That command grab is not quite a command grab. It's just a very slow low. But also, Mr. Belmont was doing a good job backing that quadruple overhead, except for the time he didn't. But yeah, her jumping hard punch hits 4 times, and those are all overhead strikes. Oh, there's the shadow feint. Oh no, but drops it. So this will still be anyone's round, even with this health disparity, because Chrome Dome doesn't need much. That's the keep away. Okay. All right. Crouches that arrow. Like he doesn't even have to entertain it. Oh, and there we go. And this is why I say it could go either way. Mr. Belmont taking the first one.
Yeah, this definitely feels like if Alan gets in, Alan is having a good time. But Belmont has very solid defense, knows Karai's offensive habits there, and is actually able to defend against the offensive powerhouse that is Karai.
Yeah, and you definitely. Oh no. Oh, okay. All right. Alan missed an opportunity there, but worked out in Master Belmont's favor because, again, if she gets a single clean hit in the hands of a well-trained player, that could be enough to almost end the lives of most characters in this game, unless they have a very strong reversal, which Chrome Dome kind of does, but it's very situational.
And especially, well, she has the Omega meter, right? Like, she can spend some stuff super okay in here.
Ooh. It's a nice clean in here. Yeah, she has everything she needs to close out the round. But it doesn't seem like Alan's able to get the confirm that they want, and it's like it might cost them if they don't figure it out.
Yeah, they have everything but the hit right now. Okay, yes. Oh, no. It's not quite getting a lot from this.
All right, so Chrome Dome's doing the smart thing, get the throw and just gets out. He's got 16 seconds. If he can just be patient, he doesn't have to do much. Like, I think they figured out that they could just crouch the arrow and gets the nice little jab. That's how you do it. Slow and steady.
I think there's this aha moment in every fighting game player's life where they're like, wait, there's a timer up there that I can wait out. I can just chill.
Like, despite the fact that most of these matches, like when you start seeing the high level content are over in like 10 to 15 seconds, there's nothing wrong with just taking your time and waiting, especially if you're winning. There's no wrong strategy if it results in a win.
Exactly. And that is what this is. It is a contest after all.
Definitely.
Belmont, really being willing to hold the defense, finding those back throws. Oh, Karai getting out the corner.
Okay. Oh, gets the clean hit. Okay, there we go. Cooking on something. Doesn't pretty much just one more combo should seal it. But Mr. Belmont keeping her out. All right, does the triple arrow.
Karai really has jump scare movement.
Yeah, because the second, their dash, and the second it's in your face, you almost freeze up, despite the fact that she has recovery, just because of how fast she moves. But it was not enough. Mr. Belmont takes that match.
I really got to give Mr. Belmont credit here because playing these matchups as a very aggressive rushdown character against a more defensive, neutral-focused character, I think is way harder for the defensive player, right? Because you have to deal with all the stuff. You need to block all the things, and you need to get distance again, and that is so stressful.
Absolutely. Like, again, because if Karai was hitting the way that Alan wanted her to hit, it would have been a disaster. Easily, and Chrome Dome would have only gotten about maybe 1.5 opportunities to do something about
it. Oh, we got who that regular Rat King connoisseur does wonders with that guy. I love watching him against Shredder named Enter the Blender. Very, very appropriate.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Hudat is a guy who's won many a tournament to the point where he's gotten his name in not one but like 3 different stages in this game. So already we're seeing why that is. Such a strong, aggressive. Into the Blender has yet to get anything started. Maybe they're unplugged. I have no idea, but Rat King's going to take this round.
God, that throw is so good. Oh, it's gorgeous. Hudat's Rat King is very solid, and he's very good at using the reversal that Rat King has. Just out of nowhere to get distance if he needs it.
Definitely. Like Rat King is a player that I feel enable players to just embrace the inner headassery of ideas. Like because his reversal is just mashing buttons. His super is like it's a really long for no real reason other than the fact to mess with people's heads. Like he's a troll.
You saying that as the dev gives me so much joy. Like it pushes out so far, and it's so hard to punish even on block.
I mean, have you ever flexed so hard that no one could even get in anymore? That's Rat King in a nutshell.
It's joy. Oh man, that drop kick is so gorgeous.
Gets him with
That
the
killed
anti-air
him?
super. Yeah, just like that.
Oh,
Rat King is a menace. Like his super is even called Menace to Society. That was very much on purpose.
That thing protects you from cross-ups as well. It's ridiculous. That's a big pill.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
as a I'm either a Sona or a grappler player, and Rat King just gives me joy. He's who I've been playing around with most of the time when I introduce my friends to this absolutely beautiful monstrosity.
So the blender finds out that the iframes are not thatched along and he uses his own. That was very smart. But is it going to be enough? Because those universal command grabs on Rat King are just being used. And is he going to get him again? Okay, good. Oh no, that's going to do it. He's dead. Low health,
It's
boys.
so sick. Oh, it's pretty. I love that so much. Also, can I just thank you for the universal command grabs. I love command grabs. They are one of my favorite things in the world. It's why I love KOF, because I'm like, oh, what does command grab does this character have? And it just brought me so much joy when I opened the manual the first time.
Oh yeah. Like, I wanted to like engage with people. Like, I mean, I guess the idea is a weapon triangle. Like, I'm a big Virtua Fighter fan, and I appreciate the weapon triangle of that game, and I figured it would be appropriate here. Is the drop kick confirmed? Oh, gets the stun just like that.
Oh,
Get aggressively flexed on to the point where you lose all ability to see what's happening anymore. Just the most dangerous man in gaming.
You know, some men can do that to you, and it's a beautiful experience.
That's just a Rat King special.
Yeah, he is so scary, and he feels in some way like a modern touch on like SF2 Geef, and I say that very lovingly.
You know, it's crazy that it's like I think that's one of my favorite perceptions that people have about this character, because he was not designed. Well, he was designed to be Raiden adjacent because at one point in time his dropkick was a charge command, in the same way you'd hold dropkick for Raiden, but it didn't really work out the way that I wanted. But at no point was he ever like intended to be a grappler archetype, but he just kind of is by merit of having his universal command grab. So it's just this.
People just saw him and was like, nah, this guy's a grappler. He will become one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's more of the original Tournament Fighter and the fact that it's Notorious Rat Bomber, which I instinctively did not give him as a regular move because I wanted to have that finish on this as the icing on the cake. But I was like, what if Rat King was just the guy who had really good buttons and was just the worst person to deal with? Like, just think of the worst person you know, and that's Rat King player. That's who I designed him for.
But that's the secret. That's grappler players. We want good buttons, plus frames, and to annoy you. That's the whole philosophy.
That sounds like that sounds like a trick question because the worst people I know don't play the same game as I do.
Well, now you know.
True friends play this game, but if they would play, they play Rat King, I suppose.
Yeah, see, there you go. Like, you see Rat King on the screen, and you're like, I don't really play this game, but I just want to find the most obnoxious POS around. And you're like, well, there's Rat King. You're like, all right, here we go. Not Superman, who kind of became that character. He wasn't designed to be that way, but Rat King definitely was.
Superman is really interesting, especially just with the fly. Having that movement on him just visually scares me. So I assume we are down in losers with Alan against Enter the Blender. Lovely.
All right, so Alan going to April this time. I don't blame him. Another very aggressive character. And it's kind of funny that almost every female in this game is aggressive. I don't know how that happened in retrospect, but I dig it.
You know, I'd get some therapy if I were you, but you know, that's how it is. You know, Freud comes out once in a while.
You know, art imitates life, I always say.
Man. Oh, okay. Enter the Blender is not lying when he has that name.
Definitely. And looks like, okay, being gracious. I hope that doesn't cost him because there's a counter.
Yeah, that is risky. Oh, I got him there.
It is Mortal Kombat season. Maybe he thought that was a finish her type of stun and thought it was over. Just let her alone.
Maybe. You know what? That's not a bad idea to have that thought process, but we are now on East 12th Street. Like, this is one of the dynamic stages of the game where you can go to a different stage depending on where the opponent is finished. And there are 5 different areas. So
that's so sick.
So I should
I really don't know.
Notice the big bite in the pizza shop. That's supposed to be Bison Beast the East. And then there's the King Returns, which is the name of the Richmond monthlies.
Oh, okay. That all makes sense. You know, a lot of the times when I get assets delivered to me and just get told, "Okay, do the thing," I don't really ask a whole lot of questions. I just like, okay, you know what? This stage is going to stage now. But End of the Blender is doing his absolute thing. Close it.
No friendship.
Doesn't have to work that hard.
Though.
Oh, yep. There you go. Not letting that slip this time. They're going to take this first match.
So the other signs say Vortex Galletas, a pun on Vortex Gallery. And then there's Heroes at Half Price, a pun at the old Heroes and Half Shells League we did last year.
Oh, that's lovely.
And Diane is the name of the person who always gives me my groceries.
Sick.
Really?
Sick. I love that. Give her the roses. Oh, Alan switching to Rat King, seeing that it worked out for who that is like, okay, yeah, no. That should be the Mega Shredder.
All right. Probably go to Rat King. I don't blame him. This could work out. Definitely the character to stop it if you get any kind of Omega. Like, the idea of doing any block string is just not a thing. You just mash out, literally.
Yeah. And like having that threat psychologically really screws with the opponent. But again, you don't just pick up characters in this game and start like dropping people. You need to have practiced them.
Yes. All right.
So it just occurred to me about the stun. Think about how long stun is in Street Fighter 6. Maybe that went through his head as well. He's thinking like, okay, I had enough time for like a charge or something. And that's why 8 was able to mash out.
That might have been it. Got it here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right.
Man.
It's the counter. All right, taking advantage of that counter hit heavy.
I really liked Enter the Blender strategy here was get Alan in the corner and just stand under the timer on Antia when they wanted to get out.
You know what? I can't dispute that strategy. It's pretty strong. Like, get the health lead, put them just enough in the corner where anything they do can easily challenge.
Yeah.
But it looks like Alan's kind of wising up to that because now Enter the Blender is putting themselves in the corner. But I don't know what Alan's strategy is.
Yeah, it's not great. Trying to like fight the neutral here, but Blender's very, very patient and willing to like spend the full 60 seconds.
For sure. All right, gets a nice that stand hard kick. It's like one of his more obnoxious buttons. It's nice to see. All right, so Enter the Blender kind of has to work a little bit harder because Rat King does have a lot more health than Shredder does. But in terms of who deals the most damage per combo, it's not that big of a health difference, even though it looks like this.
Yeah, okay. This is kind of Blender going, oh, got up and got him there.
Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, didn't finish with Super, though. Understandable. But Alan's sitting on Omega Super, not getting countered. Oh, no, there it is. All right. Well, still, this can still either go either way. This is the kind of game it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a stun.
Not quite anymore.
Oh, no, mashes out good, but waits out the mashing of the grab to do Super. Are you kidding me?
You mashed out of the stun, yes, but what if I whiff punish that? That oh, please take the guaranteed one next time, Blender. But that was kind of sick.
That's the 5D chess I'm here for. I'm not even upset with that. Like, I get it. I mean, for those watching at home, probably looked a little strange, but in their head, they were like, "Yo, check this out," and bam.
That's what you gotta do, you know. Show off some fun stuff. At least that's always what I'm there for, you know. Uh, I think a set, even if I lose and get my butt behind beat into a next dimension, as long as I learn something, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think that's the main other thing that I like. I like seeing other people's approach to this game because, I mean, I obviously have my own, and I would think, okay, well, that's the most optimal. But optimal doesn't really matter if you don't get the result that you need. Because even though I know everything about this game, I have not won a single tournament I've entered for it. So that doesn't mean that I am I am the law, let alone the Bible on anything related to this game. So if you get the win, you get the win.
So I've done jiu-jitsu my entire life, and there's a very big difference between having knowledge and having the ability to use that knowledge in a stressful situation. Like, that is why we don't just practice standing in front of each other. We practice with unexpected attacks with anything so that we can be ready for unexpected attack, right? Like, you really need to be able to access the information quickly in a fight. Psycho Blue, seen on the Omega Shredder before, who that on Wingnut, right?
Yeah, this is so this is going one of two ways. Both of these characters are very aggressive and are known for killing you very quickly. So if depends on who get the first hit and who can keep that momentum, is pretty much what's going to dictate the flow of this entire match. Because here we have Psycho Blue firing back, even though who that is Wingnut and he's very scary. Look at that, the health is already back pretty much even. Look at that stun. Now, Omega Shredder pretty much can close it out here. I think he does. That's it. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that.
I did not know 24 hit combos were possible in this game. Jesus.
Yeah. So, depending on your setup and who you're fighting, it's that easy.
So I've seen these two play a lot in the Heroes in Half Shell series happening last year. And it's been back and forth. Who that has been, like, in general leading, but they have both been very happy about switching characters to find ways to counter people. And do notice, who that did not bring the Rat King to this set, because he knows Psycho Blue has a handle on that Rat King.
Yeah, he's only coming with his Sunday best because he's not even going to waste our time with that, because he knows that Psycho Blue is here for blood, and he will do it. Knocking out that flame, but it comes right back. This is one of my favorite stages because of the real-time clock. But once again, Psycho Blue takes it because, again, it does not take much for Omega Shredder to end you in this game.
Yeah, man, this makes me so happy because I have seen them play on so many different characters and switching back and forth with strategies, and this is where the current Who Dat Psycho Blue meta has been established.
Yeah, because not a lot of people can even take a game off of Who Dat, let alone a set. So this is a very good position for Psycho Blue to be in. He can breathe a little bit. Not much, but he can breathe because, again, all he has to do is win 2 more times. And with Omega Shredder in this particular matchup, it's not a tall ask.
Yeah, I love seeing players who have a connection play. I am very active in the European fighting game scene, like EMEA, specifically Street Fighter 6 right now. But there's a lot of players who come back every week and start developing rivalries and have their own little metas. And it's one of my favorite things. That was Who Dat? I need an exorcist.
Okay. Who Dat is known for his mysterious mix-ups that he pulls out only at tournaments, so you have 0 prep time against it. And that was one of them. He's no stranger to that. Which, just the weirdest mix-up to do at 3:31. Thank you, in-game clock, for letting me know what time it is.
I could hear the phantom scream of, "I'm gonna block your whack-ass mix-up," and he didn't.
Yeah, that was literally a moment for that.
Oh, got him right there with the slide.
All right, that's a good position. Lots of Oki to work with. Just chose for a jab, but Who Dat was ready for it. So, the respect that these two have, you can see it in the patient. Okay, bad Super, but that was a good idea. All right. Gets the corner. What's the next one? Goes for the jumping light.
Yeah, they're so patient. Like, they're only throwing haymakers, sending the projectiles as okay. You have Omega Super, yeah, but like, that doesn't matter if my Oki is a projectile. Oh, grabs him through it? Got the kill. Okay. Evens out this game.
Oh, definitely. Like the confirms that Psycho's been doing that whole round was nothing short of disgusting. I hated every single one of them, but I have only myself to blame.
Yeah. Most people couldn't say that.
Like
Flying
people do
under
really
him?
weird things in this game, and I'm like, I should not have allowed that. And that's it. All right. Big damage. Already at 50%. What's the next move? Okay, good.
Who that is just way. I love the T-Rex. Just okay. Are you gonna do anything? Oh, got him the air projectile. Got some low hits on him. That
Right,
okay?
next
Extended that.
Oh, he gets out of that. That's a hard one. All right, so all Psycho has to do is get one more good confirm, and he is winning this set and moving on. But is who that going to give him the opportunity? Nice. Okay, gets out of the corner. Oh, this is it.
Gets the landing air.
Oh no!
Not quite. Oh, execution in this game feels very tight to me. So I do not blame a drop combo, but right there, that is the worst situation for that to happen.
What? Excuse me? I didn't block that. I'm gonna be honest. I got hit. I don't even know which way that was coming.
I think I had Omega, but I couldn't look up at the screen in time.
So
I
that's pain.
I don't blame you. I mean, I typically just do the command motion, whether I have it or not, and just if it happens, it happens. Like I don't pay attention to that. I just assume that I always do. Yeah, like I just kind of do like an internal counter in my head, but okay, it's been this much time and I haven't been hit. I probably haven't. So
yeah. Oh, got the grab on him right there.
But it helps to know the exact amount of time you have to wait because I'm like the only person who does. So
yeah.
who that is like, all right, so this could go either way, but all right, now who that's sitting on set point.
Yeah,
which is not surprising.
Advantage.
This is not an unfamiliar scenario for either of these players to come back from almost certain death.
Oh, I have said who that the winner of the tournament. You know, I have said that quite a few times before. Man, that grab is gorgeous. These Oki situations are beautiful.
Because what will you think to do? He can jab and anti-air you and do other things, or you can sit there and take the grab. It's a very uncomfortable position to be in, and that's gonna do it.
Oof. Man, I've never gotten suplexed by a bat, but I imagine it's not pleasant.
Definitely not. Like at one point in time, I was gonna do more with that to like make him like take off and do it, but I figured just keeping the original was fine.
Wait, it wasn't the fact that I didn't think I had Omega. I thought I was going to get stunned when I hit him with the regular dash punch. Because I hit him so many times, like he's got to be at stun. I don't want to drop a super and on accident because I stunned him mid combo.
Yeah.
So he did not have stun, so I didn't finish the job, and that's what I get.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, because you don't want to blow your resources when you're going to get a stun and then you need it for the kill combo. It's like there's a lot of mental stack in this game, even though it doesn't look like it should be. It's a very simple game. But when you get into the thick of it, depending on whether or not you're going to kill and what it takes to do that, there's a lot of things you got to think about. And you have like a fraction of a second to make that call. And it happens to the best of us.
I was saying that about Street Fighter 6. You know how in Burnout State it changes your pushback and your block stun frames?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you're in Burnout, it's harder for you to be throw loop because you get pushed back so far during jabs compared to when you're not in Burnout. So it's really backwards. That's the mental stack that he's talking about. Even when you're at advantage, you're at disadvantage at the same time depending the situation.
Yeah, advantage is a very momentary situation you are in because it changes so quickly. And it's not like chess where you have an advantageous position, then you can like make a move and snowball that advantage further. You need to take advantage of it now, or else it will go by you. And that's why you need those internal flowcharts. At least I have these Google documents with okay, if I'm plus in this situation, these are my two options I have. Else I will forget it.
For sure, like it's something that you do and don't have a lot of time to think about. And what makes good players is the people who can move quickly and make that call.
Yeah. And there's some mastery in that, and I compare it to seeing like a very talented craftsman work of them just making decisions very instantaneously based on their previous experiences. So we got Dragon Charles up here against Master Belmont, Chrome Dome versus Zoom. Gonna be interesting. Zoom, I've seen a couple of times before, not that much of it, but he seems very much like an aggro guy.
Offline Zoom is probably one of the top 10 problems in this game because he's another character that has a lot of mix-up potential, and he's also very slippery. Like he has a command run that does not really have any attacking follow-ups. They're all used to evade in various specific ways. So if he baits anything that he wants out of it, he can then just do his set play, and like the process starts again.
He is Bushin Rashid.
That sounds like hell.
Bushin Rashid.
I can't wait to see this. That sounds awesome.
Dragon Charles Zoom specifically, he has a very good idea of how this character works, and it's kind of crazy.
Oh, that's lovely. When you see people who just are one with the function, it's brilliant. You know, you sometimes you can recognize the Geef main from how they walk, right? You know, they walk in the door, they got pre-workout under their arm, you know, like a stick under the other. That's a Geef main. That's beautiful.
For sure. Like it's always fun to watch. And Dragon Charles is one of the premier Zoom players. I don't know if I would consider him a character specialist, but he is a person like get ready for a lot of shenanigans. Like where is he going? Where is he coming from? Kind of deal. And this tornado is also very oppressive. This is where the Rashid comparison comes in, which like I'm not gonna say that it wasn't the direct inspiration because I was more or less thinking about Haomaru, but I get why people think Rashid too.
Yeah, no. So my first thought was Joe, that Joe guy from KOF. So you know, people all have different base marks on tornadoes. What I did notice was that was a very convincing round.
Yeah. So like round start Zoom, like again, if she already like Master Belmont's like he's good at picking out what's going on, but to the untrained eye, like Zoom is just moving constantly. And you have no idea where the heck he is or where he's going.
Because Master Belmont against Alan earlier, Master Belmont showed how incredible that defense is, but Dragon Charles is just overwhelming that defense. It is scary as all hell. And then I saw the projectile. I was like, okay, that's a projectile. You know, he can shoot that, use it for footsie. No, he can approach behind it? That is so scary.
He can, like, if he does the Omega one specifically, there's like a lot of different things you have to worry about. It's like a left, right, up, down mix up all at once.
Oh boy, bring in the green arrow, trying to stay further away. Green Arrow, one of my favorite characters in this game, just due to the arrow system.
Now, Green Arrow is not the worst idea against Zoom, but it is one that I'm asking questions like, what is he cooking? I'm interested in where this goes. All right, gets the knockdown. Not firing a lot of arrows. Maybe it's because Zoom gets so good at avoiding that, but he drops it. Oh, so Green Arrow has exactly 3 reversals. 2 of them are supers, but his best, and without a doubt, best tool is Omega Leap. If you're too close, that uppercut comes out, frame 8, and he gets a free combo after it. So if Master Belmont is aware of that, I can see why he would go for that, because you could literally just do the buffer trick to do the left-right directional. So, but it doesn't look like that's what's happening.
Yeah, to me, the instinct is, well, he's Chrome Dome with slower limbs that go further, but I don't think the situation with Zoom is that you can keep him out. I don't think you keep Dragon Charles out. He will get close to you no matter what. Look at that finger wagging. Like, he's coming in.
Oh yeah, like the Sonic comparison was very much a troll thing. Like, I kind of wanted to do, like, it was like the graphic lead and I were on the same page when it came to Zoom just being the absolute, like, he's the secondary, if the worst person you knew played this game character. Like, because if they're a person who gets off on just bothering you, like, it's like the person said, I'm not touching you the entire time. That's what it feels like to fight Zoom.
There's this genre of fighting game player where you play against them and you can just hear them muttering mix under their breath while they're doing okay, and just like mix. And this feels very attractive to that.
Like, I see him, and like my initial thought when I wanted to put him in this game was like, I want a character who very much makes the other character second guess their thoughts and ideas to the point where he's basically saying, what will you do now? Everything you thought you were doing no longer works. What's your strategy? By the way, I can move any way I need to get around anything you want to do. Good luck with that.
So
like,
I should add the reason I thought Rashid was because of the angle of tornadoes. Unless does Resetsu Maru or any of the bus Haumarus have angled tornadoes as well?
Resetsu Maru does.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe that's what I was thinking of as well. Thank you.
Yeah. And like the Omega one was just me saying what, like, I wanted him to have a better version of Flash's Omega Tornado. And by all accounts it is. Like, it is not even, like, it's not fair what he does with his Omega Tornado. Like, it's an anti-air, it's a tornado that moves, he can move behind it, it does everything he needs. The only thing it doesn't do is affect his movement speed. At that point, yes, I'd just definitely be channeling Rashid.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, it doesn't make me faster. I think you're fine. You don't need more speed at that point. So we're moving on to loser semis, which, if I remember correctly, we do top 4 first to 3.
No, loser semis first to 2.
Okay, so it's only finals first to 3.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
And it's crazy because people have asked me about potentially making this game a 3 out of 5 set deal, and I don't quite agree with that. But I have been giving it a lot of thought. I'm not entirely opposed to 3 rounds, 2 matches, but it just depends. Because this game can be very fast, and things can happen to you in ways that are hard to account for.
And
sometimes you can just be unlucky. Like,
yeah.
But if you're dealing with matchups where the players are moving pretty slow, 2 rounds is perfectly fine. But like, if you're in the top, like, maybe that could be an idea for top 4. Like, you guys get it. I'm gonna give you 3 opportunities because stuff can happen in this game, and that's just it. Yeah. Stuff can happen.
Well, keep in mind, players on PlayStation Network prefer Cross Tekken 3 out of 5. And you can ask most people about Cross Tekken, they will say that's not good. But at the same time, if you don't block, all rounds go pretty quick, don't you think?
Yeah. Like, when you make the 3 out of 5 decision, you gotta consider the worst case scenario of every round going to time, right? And whether or not that is sustainable in any way.
Yeah, I've told people that.
Like, people have made the argument for why I still allow 2 out of 3s for tag matches, given how slow they can be. But my argument in defense of that is just, the second you figure out how tag really works, you will be begging for a 3rd round because you can just die. On round start, the first hit can just kill you, and that is it.
And I've said this before with tag mode. I think, like you said, rounds can end quickly, and I think the fact that it's first to KO wins is why I think 2 out of 3 is justified in terms of rounds, because it's not X-Men versus Street Fighter. It already takes a lot to kill someone based on counter tags and rescue tags and stuff.
Right. All right, so he's back on this. Into the Blender is very much putting Master Belmont in it and has it on puree, just going crazy. And already up around here. Now, this isn't impossible by any stretch of the imagination. But it really boils down to how Master Belmont wants to handle neutral.
Yeah, we've seen Belmont absolutely survive some horrendous stuff. But, this is possible. But again, Enter the Blender, once he gets a good hit, it is hurting a lot.
Yeah, the difference in confirms is making all the difference here. For sure. Like, one is capitalizing on these jump ins. And while Chrome Dome is perfectly fine landing off straight hits, it's not like he doesn't do damage. Like when you start fighting harder characters like this, you kind of need to make it count.
Oh, that whiff punish was beautiful. Getting the recovery of that poke. Mwah.
We are reaching Daigo Dalsum matchup levels of confirms here.
I should note that Blender's main character is Dalsum.
That's sweet. Dalsum is such a beautiful relic of Street Fighter. I wish more games had Dalsums.
I didn't notice how true that was until I played SVC Chaos. And I was like, you know what? Chaos doesn't really have anyone like this character.
Yeah.
And like they animated him very well in that game. It's like they spent a lot of budget on Dalsum. It's kind of strange even, but either way.
Ooh.
All right, Master Belmont, like the health lead is pretty much even, and now it is even. So this can go either way. Oh, nice counter hit. Just doing a good job keeping him out, using those limbs, but the air fireball, which is something that it looks like Incident Blender just remembered he had, could also be a very problematic thing, and that's going to do it for that.
Yeah, it felt like Belmont had a very good pattern of using the fireball to force Blender to get in the air, and then Belmont would anti-air him. And then Blender was like, air fireballs? And that approach really sealed the deal in that round. You got the throw, get him in the corner.
Another throw. Stars are hitting numbers.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Belmont's.
Using the hitbox to evade that was very smart.
I love seeing air moves like that used for that. It really adds a separate dimension to these fireball type. Man, these back throws. Belmont is so good at finding an opportunity to get a throw.
For sure. Like that's like I guess this boils down to the Sam Show knowledge of things where throws are super important there. And it's carrying him a long way. Even though Chrome Dome has command grabs, if you're getting mileage out of what you got, like I said, there's no wrong way to win.
Yeah. And it seems like a very solid strategy, but the thing is, I feel like Master Belmont is keeping Blender out well, but economically, Blender is just getting too much per entrance for this to work out. And we are like at 15 seconds left. Blender is going to start becoming desperate to enter right now.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to work that hard to get them, but it looks like all you have to do is like one more clean hit from either player, and there it is. Kicks him straight to the wall. All right, so Master Belmont's Gambit is appearing to pay off in the 11th hour. We can only hope so because somebody's going home.
And I feel like the thing is, as sets go on, I feel the defensive player usually gets more solid as they start to figure out the offensive player's habits a bit better. Oh no! It was Blender with the throw this time.
It's gonna hurt. Oh, tries to go for another one. So that's the other thing I like to see. Oh, wow, grabbed them right out of the Omega. Smart. Is when players start realizing, oh, these are the other options I have, and then they just start doing it a little too much because now he's going for the grab too much, and Master Belmont's reading him like a book on it.
Yeah, that is part of the beauty of it. Man, Belmont is just extending a large hitbox in front of him and hoping it keeps Blender out, but there's an Omega Super there. Master Belmont has 1 HP. Like, that is the situation we're at. Oh, got poked out of the air. Could have been it.
Yeah, because either super is going to kill. Both of them are at kill percent, no matter how we slice it.
Oh, got hit with those charged move, didn't quite get it. Air fireball, caught him in the head.
Whoa, wow, it actually lands? One more move can do it? Who's going to do it? Oh, okay, this is tense.
Come on, Belmont, come on.
Oh, it gets him.
Got it. 1-1, 1-1.
He is back alive, and either player now, it's going to go either way. Nice, gets nice in here immediately. Calling out the jumping that he's doing, especially I think that's what he's reading the most, like you're jumping too much, and now I don't even have to try that hard to read it.
Yeah. Belmont like following those jumps up and just shooting like horizontal moves to beat it was very good. Oh man. I assume that is Shredder's command grab, right?
Well, yeah, you're right. I think about it. At that point,
that's a lot of characters. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's 28 plus characters, right? And we're not even talking about the ones that you don't see unless you play single player. So, Already,
Oh,
it looks like End of the Blender is back where we started. So they only have to win more time, and they're going to be sitting comfortable in losers finals. So who's it going to be at this point?
Blender feels very comfortable. Blender gets very high reward on getting in. Belmont needs to win so many more interactions to actually get it. But Belmont is such a rock, so
Sorry
consistent
about
right
that.
now.
I had the thing wrong. It's losers quarters.
Losers
Okay.
quarters. Thank you so much.
I forgot I haven't
All
played
right.
yet.
Well, so there's a lot more at stake for these players than for sure. So
Yeah.
all that aside, though, again, like Master Belmont's neutral is very respectable, but as a developer of this game, I kind of have to just say it takes a little more than that to close it out. You gotta actually understand the mechanics, and it looks like one player's more. Oh my god, gets the jungle after. This is what I'm talking about. Like Omega Shredder doesn't need much to get in,
Oh, yeah, and there's
and
a
when you
super.
consider that this Omega Fireball eats other projectiles, it's very scary to try to be full screen against him because he can challenge that too.
He didn't even need to spend the super to kill. That is 2-1 into the Blender, moving on to loser semis. Master Belmont is sadly out of Beast in the East.
But he had an amazing run, a very solid neutral. It was very interesting to see his Chrome Dome. I definitely hope that's not the last we see of him in this game.
Absolutely. And retro games have this thing where they're very good to pick up as like side games to some degree, and not necessarily like talk down to it, but they usually don't have like a drive system that you really need to understand. It's usually just, this is your character, this is their moves, there's like a couple of system mechanics, and you just play. And this game really has that for me. It's like, it's pretty easy to pick up new characters outside of the like really, really deep stuff, which is why we see a lot of character switching.
I mean, that's for the advice that I give people in this game is it's okay to have a main, but you need to have like 4 or 5 backups because matchups in this game are fluid. It's not really one character in this game who can win them all. And
Yeah.
at least as long as I'm in charge, it's going to stay that way. So you're going to
that.
have to be prepared for certain matchups where your character just doesn't do so good.
And I think it can be taken too far. All respect to Killer Instinct, it's an awesome game, but I have seen some competitive matches of that where every time someone loses, it's back to character select, and that feels a bit too far for me. But I love the feeling of like, I'm the kind of person, I learn the entire cast so that I can fight against them, right? But having the ability to be like, oh, Axel does well in this Guilty Gear matchup against Potemkin, so I'm gonna jump on him.
For sure. All right, so here we have Psycho Blue and Blender going at it. Now, Psycho Blue is Donatello. Doesn't really have to say much about it. He's very in tune with the character, and he knows exactly what he needs to do. And he also knows that in this specific matchup, he can't really have a lot of gaps in his block string. So he's doing this thing where he's just kind of feeling out until he gets the right confirm and then closing it out, which is the best thing to do against Omega Shredder for sure.
Yeah. This is a character I've seen Psycho Blue on a lot, that he seems to quite enjoy going for that head spin quite a lot. Has the very beautiful anti-air move, got the fireball as well. Like, this is just solid character for like fighting other fair characters.
Oh, definitely. Already with the stun, just like that. Like, keeping it nice and clean, and that's gonna do it. Because again,
That's
Omega
so
Shredder
much
has no
damage.
health. So, and once you understand that Omega Shredder just dies if you get the clean hit, it's not a whole lot of thought to give him the just go with your strongest combo if you get the confirm. It's probably gonna hurt and stun and kill.
Yeah. And I like, in a lot of modern games, I'm kind of missing that, like in the current iteration of Street Fighter. I'm missing the low health character, you know? I hope Akuma brings that. Because there's some joy to playing these characters that are like walking a tightrope.
Definitely. So, all right. So, End of the Blender is understanding that he can't quite do what he's doing before because it's going to cost him. Because already he's looking at the barrel of the gun here, and even though it wasn't a perfect, he's got to come with more than that. And we see that quick pause there. I'm very glad that I've implemented that feature of a pause doesn't immediately just happen. But
thank you.
Yeah, he's got to do some work, and he doesn't have a lot of time to do it.
Once again, Blender is in the corner, and he is the one entering the proverbial Blender. Fireball on Oki. God, that's the
this might
stun.
be
You
death.
look very dead into the Rambo Super. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it is so sick. Catching the star for the final hit. Mwah. Oh, it's good.
I wanted to show that Donatello can fight, like, because everybody has this meme where it's like, oh, he's the tech guy. Like, no, he can give you that work. And his super illustrates that I don't even need this staff to give you that work.
Donatello is the only turtle that only needs one of his weapon.
Yeah. He is not overcompensating. Okay, homie who has... I don't know the turtles too well. Why does someone have 2 katanas? That is insane.
2 katanas, 2 sai, 2 nunchucks.
You don't need to cut 2 people apart at the same time, my guy.
You don't need
unless
a
you're
staff.
fighting Karai, then it's kind of required.
Yeah, the shadow clones. But you don't need more than 2 sais to stab someone either. Or more than 2 nunchucks. Yeah. I mean, Maxie only has 1, when you think about it.
Yeah. I feel like one nunchuck is the optimal, because you can use them to grapple and choke people with.
Yeah. So, like, Donatello just needs 1 of his thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd be like Eagle from CVS2.
Yeah.
Apparently one of the first gay fighting game characters, which is really funny to me, and I love that.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's interesting at the origin of characters, and like stuff that they don't really consider that significant years later becomes a very important first that is celebrated, as it should be.
Yeah.
But I appreciate how it was just another thing that it was. Like, it was not like saying, and here's his big deal. Like, no, he's just the guy who will F you up.
Yeah.
And if you really care about that, he likes men. But you won't have time to think about that because he's going to F you up anyway.
Yeah, there's something beautiful about that. As a queer person, I hate when a character's personality is just, yo, sup, my name's Derek, I'm gay. Like, it's...
So you don't like Rasputin from World Heroes?
I only know the world leader who had... No, there's a song about someone.
Yeah.
That's the only Rasputin I know.
There was the Teresa's cover of the old disco song, but I only know the cover with the metal.
Lovely. Some people definitely didn't like him.
Rasputin World Heroes is an icon in the strangest way possible. It's the best way I can describe him. Yeah, he is an icon of a character. If you know, you know. It's the best way I can describe Rasputin.
Do you remember the Mugen character Zangiura?
Yes, I still have him.
Oh my goodness, that alternate mode would get you banned from so many venues today.
It's a lot.
The kick SBD alone would get you banned.
I mean, I just think of it as the Heimlich maneuver. Just don't think that hard about it. Anyway, we have Houdat and Dragon Charles. No strangers, as they are constantly training buddies in this game. So here we have Houdat's
entirely separate characters.
Oh yeah, now you're gonna see some insanity. If you're wondering about what Karai can actually do, like, look at that. But drops it. So she has the potential in the right player's eyes to just murder you. And nobody exemplifies that more than Houdat currently.
No, she's an assist in her own.
She could just do a lot of things. I wanted her to feel like an unstoppable force who you should be deathly afraid of until you realize that she has the lowest health and stun of the game. So it's super important that you get a clean hit on her, but she doesn't make that easy. If you do, she more than likely will die.
Yeah, I honestly, like, as who that, I really respect just bringing a character and just like, I am going to kill you. Try to stop me.
And that's another one of those things where like her resource management, it's not that hard to figure it out if you get the right setup. Like you saw, literally as the clone was doing work, he was just getting more of them to prepare for the next setup. So it's crazy how she does things for sure. All right, gets another one, but she needs those clones. If she ever hits 0, if you're in a position where you have 0 clones and you're on the defensive, you're probably in big trouble because without those clones, she's just kind of okay. With them, that's when she becomes insane.
Yeah. I like having a very powerful character that you need to invest into.
That was only 2. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think they figured that. I mean, if with Karai, it's kind of hard to tell. You're like, how many was that? What, 6? Yeah, it happened so fast. It's fine.
And also, if I lose 2 games that fast, I'm taking 10 seconds to just breathe, you know?
You
Just be like,
definitely
sorry,
should.
what happened?
Like, there's a reason why the rematches requires both players because you might need to take a moment to recompose yourself.
Wait, this game has tech that even Release SF5 didn't have? Damn, I didn't realize we were that advanced.
Yeah, since 2020, I decided that having a 2-player rematch should be important. Oh,
Yeah.
nice call out.
Oh my.
Like,
Oh,
this
God shit.
man grab. All right, so Wonder Woman has potential, gets the super. This is going to be a lot of damage because, again, Karai's health is so low. Oh, gets him. This should do it. Oh, no.
Quite. Oh,
Blocks the overhead, gets a throw. Oh, no, but misses the quadruple overhead. This is a dead Wonder Woman. Just like that.
That was painful. Because, yeah, blocked the first 2 overheads and didn't get the last 3 or last 2.
It's just, you hate to see it when it happens, but that's how it is with characters who hit multiple times in the air. They're brutal.
And especially with like Dragon Charles, we saw how dominating that Zoom was, and then up against who that. Like we see on offense.
Gets the 3-frame window to cancel that. Again, who that's just insane with this character. So when she does the double scissor kick, you have exactly 3 frames when she lands from the first one, attack, shadow, cancel out. And it's very hard to just know that by heart. Again, don't fly.
Oh my god!
With that Masogi super, you're not safe in the air.
Flip kicks. Here we go. Coming in, overheads into the lows. Clones coming in. Is this enough to kill?
Oh, yes, the OTG super.
Woo!
Oh.
3-0 in winners finals. Moving on to Grains convincingly.
This is just Karai. It's just Karai.
But as well on a very, very talented and controlled player.
Okay, so it was 2. There we go.
Okay, it was 2. Okay. Not moving on. Okay. It's Karai, man. With this going on the screen, I cannot count. That's why we have the combo counter for us.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because her average combo is just, if you know what you're doing, like you could see her get to the high 40s, high 50s. And Flash can too, but like he doesn't have to work as hard. But like her combos just kind of keep going. She has a few loops that requires her to be able to shadow cancel constantly, and they're very tight. But if you know how to do them, it's so satisfying.
Oh,
unless you're Dragon Charles, it's not that satisfying right now.
Was just back on offense. Did a lot the little float mix up. Was getting okay. Was doing good, and then who that found an opportunity and just killed him because he had taken so much damage earlier in the round.
All right, now it's not entirely over because Wonder Woman can easily kill Karai, and I think it's important to stress that Huda doesn't get a lot of mistakes here, and he has to play in a way that he's taking full advantage of that. Because Wonder Woman used to be also notorious in this game, but it's like make way for the new bad bee. Is pretty much what happened here.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh my god, that was a bunch of arrows. Coming in high, going for some low jabs, trying to get some Mabari out, get thrown.
Oh, whoa. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to fix that. Nice reversal, super. Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, look at that half health. Oh, but that took
Yeah.
all of her resources. Well, actually, no, she still had an Omega. She could have closed this out, but Wonder Woman,
sweep on
not
him.
quite gonna do it. Oh,
Count
this
the
is so
reversal.
tense. Oh, you hate to see it. Now, I don't think Dragon Charles probably was aware that the Omega Super is so long that you get an Omega back. Paying attention to that timer, which is why it has that sound, and it's a very important sound, arguably the most important sound in this game. Just so you know, because that's really what I do also. I don't really look up, I just listen for it. And you also got to pay attention to
important.
that. Yeah, and there's like that little UI element right next to your character that says Omega OK. Those two things are definitely important to pay attention to, especially if you're in the middle of watching a super. That's typically when I have time to look around. But at that point, I'm like, all right, so I know my next interaction is going to be the one where I can close this out. And I have this many resources. I know I can do this route. Like, that's the kind of thinking that you have to do when you're chunking all this together.
Yeah, I think it's very important because when you have that breathing room in supers, it's important that you just actually use it to look around and gather information. And man, I really want to see this back in Grants because I feel like if Dragon Charles gets, give him a few more rounds, man, and I think he can start figuring out. Because we saw who that's starting to take damage. Dragon Charles starting to find opportunities, right? But
For sure.
needs to survive the losers finals first.
Yeah, it's a long way back. Even though it didn't seem like, I mean, Dragon Charles probably can make short work of most people, but it doesn't mean it's going to go that way. And that's what's going to make all the difference. Because again, you have Psycho Blue who's also down there. And they're no slouch. So there's some things they're going to have to make happen. And already we have Donatello Wonder Woman. So this can go either way for either player. And at this point, we're just being taunted.
Background.
Yeah, we're just being taunted by the person sitting in the grand finals.
Waiting in grades, watching them fight for his amusement.
And just dancing like, I'm good.
That's amazing. Dragon Child's coming in from the air.
When this stage came up, I said out loud, "Oh, I see how it is."
Yeah, you know, bigger number, better person. That's how it goes.
When he first saw the stage for the first time, the audible gasp that he gave me just kind of solidified it because he had no idea this was coming, and was
That's
just
amazing.
I don't know how long it took him to regain his composure because what do you do? What do you do if you see yourself on a stage like this?
That's such an honor, honestly. Dragon Child's getting the first round, Psycho Blue, spinning on his head, hoping to get the stun out on him.
All right, good idea calling out the lasso with that Omega head spin. Gets into the corner. Baiting that out too, no reversal for you. Just very smart with the head spins. And she does not punish the head spin there.
There's an Omega. Right. Okay, now just super.
Gets the air super.
Oh!
People tend to forget that that's there. It's a very deadly device to have and calls out the Omega flip kick again, making short work of Dragon Charles this round.
And that's one of the benefits of like playing a character a lot. You know their tools intuitively. You remember the small little details that other people who just play them once in a while will have to think about.
For sure. Like, it's something that catches you off guard only when you're not aware of it, but it's something that you kind of feel silly for not remembering. Like, oh yeah, he does have that. Like,
yeah. That's how I feel grapplers should be played. You should just be beating them up, and then once they forget about the command grab, that's when you grab them, right? I think that's how these tools are best used.
Definitely. All right, so gets that flight cancel out of block string, which is not a bad idea because look at that, avoiding the Omega head spin, sitting with Omega super, waiting for the call out. Oh, but it blocks it. What's gonna happen? Gets a super anyway. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, it is. Wow. Standard health character and still was enough.
Yeah, but that woman is not a standard damage woman.
All right. Jumps over the lasso. Smart. That's the gatekeeper, as I've called. This character has
I really like the the patience. Sending the Omega headspin, trying to catch the landing.
Oh, nice. Gets someone behind. Gets the juggle. Sets up the Ogi. Gets the command grab and the link. Oh, this is going to do it. That's a free Omega Super, but not necessary. Yep, not even necessary.
Unnecessary roughness is quite based in a perfect.
Oh, yeah. Sitting on that fresh golden letter there.
Like it.
It's just good neutral flying around here for Wonder Woman. If you're fighting a character without flight and you're using it for neutral purposes, Wonder Woman's neutral with flight is a lot arguably better than Superman's, and that's the best way to use it, is just to call out people trying to jump at you or not able to do anything about it. Oh, nice high-low, but gets hit with the Omega headspin. Another one. It's a super. Nice corner conversion. All right, that's cool. Oh, but just clipped on the Omega super. Just
that felt
barely.
like the correct read, but the wrong response to it. Can you get it there? Nice. Evens loses finals out. 1-1 Psycho Blue evening it.
All right, we're dealing with the VP of losers finals. You'd love to see it. All right. It's a nice little jump. Oh, catches the lasso.
That's gorgeous.
Jump out of that.
The little high pitch. Get over here. It's beautiful. Jabbing into the fire. He's just standing still.
Oh, gets the Omega baller move. Flight dive kick, which you can link after very easily. That was a very strong call out.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, gets them. Oh, this is probably going to do it. Yeah. Just a nice little jab, heavy super. The bread and butter. All right.
Yeah, in that situation, just go for something you know will work. No need to be fancy. Just send the jabs into super. It kills. Oh, got him with the behind leg. Hitting cross-ups. Oh my! Pushing back into the corner.
Very smart. All right. Pushes himself just out. Wonder Woman's just waiting up there. Calls out the headspin, but doesn't punish it. Another one. Okay, punishes that one. All right. Just easily goes over the ground claw. Gets him with that dive kick. Oh, but tries to go for the overhead. No dice there. Not going to keep hitting him low. Now, Psycho Blue does appear to be crouching a lot, but you still got to be able to actually catch him. Nice. Okay.
I like those rising belly flops to catch out there. And then into Rumble Super. Got the kill. It is 1-1 in rounds, in games. Who will take the lead here? Who will be one game away from going to Grands? Sending up with that 2 heavy punch. Very big button. Big aerial hitbox. That's sad. These juggles are so crispy.
Oh, no. Dropping the CPS chains. You can't be doing it. You got to be sure of them. You can't half-step them. There's only a 2-frame window, but gets the stun. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Nice bait. What a call out.
Let's go.
Maybe I should have restarted the game so the inputs would stop dropping.
It's unclear.
That sounds like a skill issue, I would argue. Now, we are 2-1 here. Dragon Child's flying up in the air. I love the forward-back movements. Asking Psycho to guess, when am I dropping? And, that's just a guess every time. Oh, getting caught on the way out.
Blocks the overhead. Smart. Gets another one. Lots
Mega
of head
super on Charles' side.
Good neutral jump. That is the best way to deal with that on Wake Up.
Yeah, I think that's the mistake Psycho Blue made earlier, where he jumped back and got hit with it. And learning from that mistake and applying it here is some of the good stuff.
No!
Trying to catch the super.
That was a good idea. Just he moves a little bit too forward on that super.
Oh, that's tough. Oh, we are staying in the air, getting caught with the lows.
Okay, gets the head spin. Oh, but gets caught just barely by that Omega flip kick. And then he's shorted out. All right.
Okay.
Dragon Charles sitting on the next match to shore it up to be even, unless Psycho Blue takes this whole thing. But he has 2 rounds to do it. Nice call out. Immediately standing hard punch.
That Omega spin is so tragic. Putting himself in the corner there. That hurt. Spending resources and losing the positioning is really tough. Luckily, Headspin getting him out back to mid stage.
All right. What's the next mix-up? Goes high-low. Okay. Gets the super 2. This is going to hurt. All right. So Dragon Charles is sitting on. There it is. Just like that. All right. We're sitting
And
at
that's
2-2.
2-2. Oh, this is good. Oh, the joint feel. Because I really want to see the Dragon Charles Who That run back. But I also want to see the next chapter of the Psycho Blue Who That meta evolve.
All right.
Jesus, moving under there is so scary. Floating right over Who Dat, enjoying himself in the background. Oh,
it's just, I imagine him like doing this behind both players as they're playing, just being the absolute troll that he is. Like, come on, it's easy, just win.
Yeah, just don't get hit. That's how I do it. Omega slide there to get out, trying to cover the air, catching the entrance,
Nice.
comboing into the sweep.
At this point, it just that's a call out. That was an immediate response. That was like he had 15 frames to think about it. Wow.
Nice. Oh, just putting out hitboxes. Oh, the 2 HP not quite coming out. You gotta guess here. Holding low, trying to get out the Omega headspin. Sending
Oh,
Omega
nice
fireball.
call out again. Both times the lasso is being checked. Dragon Charles has to do something differently because, and the body splash just posing on him.
Oh, this is so tight. And again, Psycho Blue, if he takes this round, he is moving on to Grants to face the man who put him in losers. Who that? Same thing with Dragon Charles. They are both going back there to fight a demon.
Yeah, it's just they definitely are anxious to get back to the top to say that not this time. This time I'm going to do something different. And Dragon Charles looking like he might close it out, but doesn't go for the super. Strange. I hope that doesn't cost him the round because both players sitting with Omega Super calls it out. 1, 2. Oh, they're about even in health now. All right. Next interaction for either player kills. Does the Omega? Oh, gets it, but does not confirm. Oh, okay.
Gets a slide.
All right. That was a heck of a conversion.
Sending out the Omega Fireball. Putting it down here. Going into the air. Got hit with the lows, and it is now final game, final round. Multiple Luigi's are in the building. Whew.
Everything on the line right here at this point. All right. Yeah. It's the first hit. Spinning that meter. It's the clean juggle. Yeah. What's next? Goes for a jab check, a sweep. Gets the command grab, gets the link, goes for it. This might be it. He's just got to make it. Oh, but he drops it.
Drops it. No. What a tragedy. And Lasso coming in, going for the flight mix-up into the grab. Has he gone for that grab on
easiest conversion in the world?
Oh, my God.
Being fancy, scaring the absolute crap out of me because he just could have went for super and decided to go for that nonsense.
It was supposed to be super, but the jab came out. I'm not sure why.
Oh, I hate to see that happen.
That was tough.
Why do you think I was yelling in the bug report chat so much?
I just figured because you like me so much.
I do, but
still. That brings me joy. It is 3-2 to Psycho Blue, moving up to Grants to have a fun chat with Who Dat. Are we going to see the Wingnut Omega Shredder times again? Or are we seeing a different outing from Psycho? Because I feel like, why would Who Dat switch away from Wingnut? Man, this feels like home to me. I've been around for a few of these. This is my life. The last couple of years have been very tumultuous. I've been doing a lot of things, but coming out here over to Psycho Blue to commentate these various TMNT X Justice League tournaments has been very consistent, and seeing a grand finals of Psycho Blue and Who Dat feels very comforting to me. This is going to be a good time.
Well, keep in mind, I am a
Yeah,
licensed mental health professional by trade, so I am always happy to lend my expertise to those who need that pick me up.
That's lovely. I am I have been to so many therapists.
There's nothing like
And it's
TMNT
been good.
Cross Justice League. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I may not be a psychiatrist, but that would be my prescription if I was. That's exactly why I leave it to professionals.
my my younger sister last year went to a mental health institution, and they brought their laptop with no games outside of Mugen, with no characters installed. So they just grinded Karate Man combos for a couple of days there, and I think she came back changed.
I mean, it checks out.
I, but sometimes it is just nice. Like, to me, there are a couple of things I do for my mental health. One of them is play music. Sit down and do this artistic thing that takes up a lot of my focus. The other thing that hits that spot is grinding combos. Oh, Donatello and Karai. Interesting.
All right, so this is definitely a good idea against Karai because of the fact that even though she has all those movement options, if he times head spin, all of it loses. Every single thing.
Yeah.
Because of the iframes, and it has so much of it. So if he just waits it out and waits for the first mix up that who that goes for, he can catch it every time. And I think that's what he's going for here.
Because with that Omega, that's frame one interval, right? Oh, blocks the super. Oh, not quite a punish on, sadly.
Oof.
Super blocked.
You ever just have the scissor kick wall coming with you as you dash forward? Just things that M. Bison could never. Just Dictator could never. It's so much of the things this character has going for her.
I also this stage is so gorgeous. The snow effect. We're fighting here. There's a guy who has had way too much
call
range.
out. This is probably gonna. Okay, almost.
Oh, not quite.
Okay.
Super coming out blocked. Oh, child in the background asking for help. So is Hudat asking for a singular
and
good
clips
hit.
It. Again, this is what I'm talking about. That head spin is his best friend in this matchup. It can do wonders for you. Now, if he can stay consistent, Hudat doesn't catch on in time, it could cost him another game. But Hudat's a very sharp player, and it doesn't goes low. All right, next one probably might stun.
Oh, that's beautiful. Working their way out with the spin.
Oh, nice catch there.
God dang. Oh, wing off the Omega spin. Perfectly baited. But I don't care. You can't punish me. I'm supering on minus frames. Why? Because I don't care. I
mean, if you're going to go for it. Oh, okay. And then just like that, Cyclable takes it. This is what I mean. The head spin is so good in this matchup. People tell me so much Karai is unstoppable, that she's top one, that she's too great. And maybe some of those things are true. But Donatello gives her a lot of trouble without question.
Yeah.
And hits the clone just like
God,
that.
Yes.
It's just the win button in this matchup.
It really seems very and especially it doesn't seem quite that easy to punish even if you block it right due to the movement of it.
So without a doubt, Karai has to waste super to properly punish that move. And even if she goes for like jumping attacks, like she can't really get a clean hit on him. Oh, but that's a good reversal. So Karai basically has to wait, if any at all, for a mistake to be made. But as long as Psycho Blue stays consistent in his defense, she really can't get an edge on him. But if he does get in, this is what'll happen. Just like that. So it could go either way for both of these players, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, and it is being shown off right. Oh, my God, immediate offense from Hudat. He is not taking any time. He knows Psycho Blue is dangerous and will give him a run for his money, so he is sending it. He is not holding back with any of this pressure.
You cannot give them a single inch, and that's just the matchup in a nutshell. You have to go in with Karai. You can't hesitate because, again, look at that. Now, she has to wait. Wasting a super there. I'm pretty sure that he probably wanted super one to try to catch that. But now, look at this. This is going to hurt. Like, this is almost death. So she
Yeah.
has a reversal, but he wants to keep those clones to the next kill. Okay, that was smart, but not enough. Psycho Blue's still sitting with the health lead.
Yeah. Oh, got hit with the scissor. Homie is flickering. How do you block this mix? Oh, not quite a punish on it with the 2 HP.
All right, so
Getting...
all he has to do is just literally wait for her to do anything and just rapid fire Omega Super. And both players know this. And there it is.
There we go.
Psycho Blue taking another game. Like, this matchup is looking very doable for Donatello.
Yeah, you called that so perfectly, right? I feel like if Psycho takes this next round, if I was on Who Dat, I might switch, man.
I know Who Dat. He's probably not going to switch characters until he gets reset, if he gets reset.
Yeah.
He's going to try to stick it out because he's just going to try to adapt as much as he possibly can. But it looks like Psycho Blue is just calling him out constantly, saying, no, you're not getting that for free.
Yeah, God, the grab on him. Ooh, very slow.
Oh,
my
too
God,
early.
Over the stick.
Just a little too early. And this is probably going to end up with death. And it is. That's it. Who Dat takes the match.
Man, that super is nasty. Oh, yeah, wait until we're off screen to kill him, please. Thank you. Thank you, Karai. I appreciate that. Thank you. There are children watching.
Yeah. So Karai, for lore reasons, as you will soon find out when the story mode update drops, she has a bit of a penchant and axe to grind with the turtles. And it's going to be explored a little bit if you follow that story. But in the meantime, Psycho Blue is showing that I don't care what you have against me. You got to go right now.
Yeah, I did notice the custom entrance, which is rad.
And in this specific moment, here we see that even though Karai is the offensive powerhouse that she is, Donatello had her in the corner blocking, just afraid to do something. That almost never happens with Karai. And it's like he has to be super careful because look at that. Just like that. In the corner again. Does not have a lot of health to spare. And if you look in the top, Donatello's building meter. And now he has super. And he's going to kill it right there. This is Psycho Blue's plan. And it's coming to fruition expediently.
I think, Donatello has very good tools to deal with Karai's approaches. So Psycho Blue has just said, okay, I am going to be patient with you. Who Dat, you need to approach. You are the aggressive character. I am going to get a life lead, and I'm going to force you to approach me.
It's like Who Dat is looking strangely on the ropes of ideas. And he's got to be thinking to himself, okay, I got to do something different because, again, my block strings aren't true. As you can see, you can reversal out. Oh, gets the stun. But the clone came out anyway.
Time.
So I can explain.
Oh, catches them.
When she shadow cancels out, she does not have iframes. She got stunned, but the clone still carried a little bit of those iframes with it. And that's how he got hit anyway. But it didn't seem to matter. Psycho will still take it on reset match here.
Yeah. Who Dat? Probably switching here. What beats the Donatello? I don't you know? War Wingnut? Yeah, I've seen Who Dat on the war. Quite uncomfortable. That is a very scary character. So I definitely see that going against Donatello and doing very, very well. God, these stages are so pretty.
All right, here we are in Gotham. Now, Who Dat going to war? Not a bad idea. However, again, he runs into the exact same problem of head spin, stopping all momentum. Now, he can do that. So Psycho Blue has to be a little careful with the command grabs. But, again, if he just plays patiently, War's going to run to the same problem. Oh, wow. Getting around that, but not enough. Again, the head spin rears its ugly head, and there's the stun.
Oh, nice. Got the stun arm into the Rambo Super. That is absolutely gorgeous. Round to Psycho Blue. We are now on potential reset point.
And Who Dat's got to be shaking his head at this point like, wait a minute, how did I let this happen? Karai's supposed to be the best, and I had to switch characters from the best? And just kind of going for his next pick and just abusing War's immediate drop down there, which is kind of hard to deal with. But if Psycho Blue reads those and goes with the head, with the head spin again, is all it takes to stop this matchup. It's just a well-placed head spin. So it's crazy they went to another character where the same problem persists.
Yeah, I feel like Who that is very much like, I'm going to pick a character with very strong offense. Can you deal with it? If not, I win. Right? Because we saw the Psycho Blue had to guess wrong. You gotta guess again and you die, right?
Or it's another one of those obnoxious characters, but like he's obnoxious for different reasons. It's because some of the hitboxes on his specials are a lot, because I forgot about them, and the players have took notice of that. So it's kind of just on me. Oh, gets him with that crazy cross-up low splash.
That damage is insane. Coming up for the splash, putting it in. He's spinning on the head, jumping out. Now get back in the corner, my guy. Into the super. Oh, not. I was.
Here we are
that
again.
was too late.
Oh no! Reads that. I'm pretty sure you want a head spin there. Did not get it. You hate to see it, and then just get chipped out by the super. I can't believe it. We got a whole PC win here. Unbelievable.
Okay, that's 2-2. That's 2-2.
Oh, catches the sweep. Immediately hits him with the Sakura classic that he has. All right. Saving the Omega, didn't want to go for the cash out. I don't blame him, because you want to make sure that war can't get started. And that's what you want it for right there. And gets the stun. This is probably going to do it. Oh, no! You hate to see it.
That is pain. Okay.
But it's not quite over yet.
You just need to anti-air once. Oh, okay. I anti-air twice. Just wait it out. You got 30 seconds.
And gets him with a cheap of his own. Paying it back in kind. Like, how do you like it? 2 chip kills in a row. You love to see it.
No, that's so good. Got him with the low. Yeah, you are guessing in the corner against 2. That's war. Coming out with the splash. You are now the one guessing in the corner. Who that?
It can seem like it's pretty simple to do quarter circle forward kick, but when War is constantly doing this, you don't really get a lot of time to think about that motion if you're just trying to make sure you block. And that's what War specializes in with that needle drop.
Yeah. It's also like, when do I actually reversal? You know? When is the time for it? Okay. Potential reset or tournament point. This can go either way. If Psycho Blue takes this round, Grand Finals is reset, and we have at least 3 games more. Who that, if he wins, he is just taking home the tournament prize money and winning Beast in the East 6.
Okay, cross up, but just not enough. Now, Psycho Blue's making all the right calls here, but it just seemed like he can't get the conversion that he wants for one reason or another. And Who that is taking full advantage of that, going in for all of the best, safest block strings that he can think of. But finally called a super. Good call. He's going to get an Omega for his troubles. All right, so both players sitting with the opportunity. Gives a dash that was insane. I'm pretty sure he didn't want that. The RNG! War's RNG can be your best friend or your worst enemy, and Psycho Blue needed that to happen without a doubt.
Okay. One more hit, Psycho. Going up. Low.
Bow rush. And it looks like that's going to cost him.
So I will say this. When that happened, I rushed so fast to the bug report. Now the tournament's over, I'm going to say what I said. For some reason, it is a lot harder to cancel into Omega from the macros compared to other characters where certain moves were Donatello.
Interesting.
So here's what I'm going to do from now on to make sure that never happens again. Because I was planning to tap him and then go for a chip again with the head spin. Instead, that happened. So here's what I'm going to do. From now on, I will only chain with the macros and do Omega moves by pressing 2 buttons with my thumb. That way, the buffer will allow me enough time to do it consistently rather than me trying to do all the different chaining into double limit once. That's inconsistent when I went to the lab the next day about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm not entirely sure how you have that happen, because looking at it, it's
weird.
Literally the macro literally just sets the inputs as they should.
It's only a dunk. Because I tried other moves. It's okay. Like, I can't do it with close heavy punch, and I can't do it with close heavy punch is the worst culprit. that makes it hard for some reason.
Interesting.
But
I might have to. Well, I have ideas that I probably can do to consistent that out.
I,
Um,
either
there's a
way,
couple things I can think of, but yeah, I don't need to discuss that on your stream.
yeah, no worries. I'm just saying, like, mentally, it feels harder for Dawn than for Shredder or Raph or other characters. It's really weird. Either way,
Yeah.
the tournament is done. Congratulations to Whodat.
He's too good.
I should note I did say first to 5 me right now for Wingnut. Because if not for that, I would have beaten War. If I just got the head spin, that would have beaten War. I would have checkmated him right there. Anyway.
Yeah.
So he beat me 5-3, so I will concede to Whodat. Even if I did get the Wingnut, it wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah, that is tough.
Yes.
What a tournament. We had so many good sets in here all throughout that. Man, you have quite a few people showing up for these Peace and Deeds. It is your local down in wherever you are, right?
Well, this is a regional event about an hour away from me in Whodat's hometown.
Lovely.
But now that, I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Big E is retiring. He is the lead TO for Summer Jam, NEC, and Winter Brawl. So there's now a big gap for East Coast tournaments. So hopefully Beast the East can continue growing and maybe take that spot and fill in that gap.
That would be lovely.
Right now, I am running my monthlies in Richmond, Virginia. You can check that out on my YouTube page, CycleBlue SFXT. And we're continuing to grow with new games coming out. Maybe we can make time for TMNT as we keep getting bigger and bigger. After all,
Please do.
Kateo is in Richmond, apparently. Your former commentary partner.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Yeah, they're a lovely human being. So I'm just glad that there are more people around enjoying more fighting games. Because it's all good and all that Street Fighter numbers are blowing up. But that's not the only good fighting games. We have so many brilliant smaller ones worked on by passionate teams and passionate communities. And that's honestly the beautiful thing about the fighting game community is that you like throw a stone and you find another rad game with another rad following.
All right, so the next TMNT event will be on my dedicated Parsec server, Tag Team Power. That will be Tag Battle, and many people have requested that we bring that back. We did talk earlier about, is Tag Battle too long? Is it too short? Given now that everyone's really grinding the meta in recent weeks, including the people at the Level 1 bar in Columbus, Ohio, now we'll have a chance to see what people can do with a second look at Tag Team Power. And for the first time in almost a year, this will be a Matcherino event.
Lovely.
All right, so we're looking at moolah here on the table.
I will be sure to provide a base pot, and so Whodat said he's probably retired now. So if so, I'll bring him on commentary, and we can be a real Abbott and Costello on the mic.
Retired?
Nice.
He doesn't get to retire. I'm not standing for this.
All right, that's what he told me. That's what he told me, but you can talk him out if you want. Either way, it's good to have you both here, everyone. This was Jolene and Kamikaze. There is a lot more TMNT Cross Justice League action in the works for you, whether it be Tag Team Power or the story mode update, of which I did contribute a great deal towards. I look forward to showing you exactly what I did when it's time to lift the curtain. You will see it on my YouTube page, the various segments I worked on. And furthermore, there is one more balance patch in the works.
Ooh.
I don't know if Kame wants to say more about that for now.
You just put me on the spot. Kind of have to. So there has been a lot of community feedback lately since people have started playing this game a lot more, and they have the audacity to question what I do. So I said, fine, you do it. So the idea is, if you join the Discord right now, there is a balance thread where you can make all of your complaints known, and soon it's going to end up being on a bit of probably a Google Doc, where every character will have their things that people think they should have, and whether or not I do it. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the balance in the hand of the community. Since you guys know so much, you do it. I mean, I look forward to the help that you guys give me to make this game what it should be. And I am in no way upset or spiteful about it, despite the tone of my voice.
Well, rest in peace, Donatello. It's nice knowing you. I'm pretty sure that he's going to lose all spin power, and he'll just be a really mediocre Fireball character by the time the community's done with him.
He's
At
just
least
going to
he'll
become.
have
He's
his
just going to
stink.
get spinning bird kick. It's going to go straight up and be
Yo!
negative on hit. It just doesn't knock down like World Warrior Ryu.
It'll be like Necro's stand heavy punch against Chun-Li. Even if you hit, it'll still lose.
I mean, that's just fair and balanced to me.
Totally fair and
Yeah.
balanced. All right, guys. This is Psycho Blue, conductor of the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires. I will see each and every one of you next time. Until then, keep crossing the line.